They say life started somewhere in Africa, back when it was called Kemet, a dark place where dark people resided. See, they would rather say Egypt was owned, not residing in the motherland, where abdominal cavities are filled less, though we've been here the longest. The Washington Monument is so lonely, trying to outlive him who was the first oppressor. And I don't need a professor to identify prophetic profiles. While my cup runneth over with this anger wrapped up in centuries, I choose nouns and pronouns to work my frustrations out.
Not that bad.
But you know, Tim, the other thing is the flip side of that. All across the country in all cities, there's a level of complacency that there's just not the energy there for the way that you used to see things in the past in regards to energetic black movements. It ain't there. In New York, LA, none of those places. The last real movement you seen came from the Latino community, and that died about a year later, or less than that.
Well,
As far as movement energy-wise, with a gathering of a massive amount of people, for a cause.
Well, I think
General what it was, but it died quick too.
I think the energy is there, but it might not be directed in the right way.
Right.
You know, it might.
No, it's always there.
Like
but
nobody got
trying to cultivate it and make it happen the way that you would perceive it to be is a challenge. If the people don't have a will in them to move, they're not gonna move.
Some can say he was heaven sent. But in this world, willful ignorance is not innocence. And innocence is not knowing the difference between right and wrong. No, I don't write songs. I write poetry from living too long beneath me. In the same mess on repeat cycle with the loop button enabled. Unable to break free, but I broke free. Now, I got kings looking up to me. They say life started somewhere in Africa, back when it was called Kemet, a dark place where dark people resided. See, they would rather say Egypt was owned, not residing in the motherland, where abdominal cavities are filled less, though we've been here the longest. My abilities advance in degree with no degree. My pedigree included in the Genome Project. I remember projects now gone, but with the same face, just prettier houses, and the crime rate that went down. I remember the Cabbage Patch and beautiful black women who didn't know the definition of sister, whose daddy was nowhere to be found. Round shaking the young round mouths on display like it's buy one get one free slave day. Propped up on chopping blocks, exposed to God and anybody else who chose to walk by. No hiding the memory. Let's always remember and find wisdom while mapping ourselves back into the Creator's favor, because that's where we started in the first place. Now place this chalice on the altar. Rule your kingdom the way Solomon did, when holy men went from being thugs to theologians, debating mathematical philosophy, cause even the strongest mind is still physical. But God don't move off that locale, he ain't local, so we must be humble enough to be open, and his young brown legs are open. They never knew that submission to a man starts with her loving his love of God, then his intelligence. First he must admit that all his gifts are heaven sent. Yes, even you are a gift from God to him, so he must treat you like he knows that and respects that, but he likes to hold you, pull you, and keep you down just to feel elevated. Black woman, you gotta be educated to the God in you. They say life started somewhere in Africa, back when it was called Kemet, a dark place where dark people resided. See, they would rather say Egypt was owned, not residing in the motherland, where abdominal cavities are filled less, though we've been here the longest. But you come with the truth. But the preachers, the imams, and the priests are denying you your spiritual airtime. So you gotta line straight to the director, plug in like a personal assistant, enhance your youth, but not your ignorance. And you a young dude, but you understanding this and you feeling this as I teach you from an old school mind and a new school language that's able to relieve your anguish and thinking nobody thinks like you. I think like you, and I am you. No matter what you've been through, let's network and work together to better our situation. Our name is Adam, and hers is Eve. Let's communicate. They say life started somewhere in Africa, back when it was called Kemet, a dark place where dark people resided. See, they would rather say Egypt was owned, not residing in the motherland, where abdominal cavities will feel less, though we've been here the longest.